Okay, this video is going to help us get started with Connect. So when you're in your class, you're gonna either look for Connect, which is going to take us over to Connect, or you could actually click on one of your exercises. So actually I'm going to change over to W04, and we're going to click on course content, and we're going to click on Unit 1 just to get an idea of how Connect works. I'm going to click on Chapter 1, and I'm going to click on the first exercise. One of the things that you'll notice is that not only do you have Learn Smart activities, but you also have this L, which stands for the labs. So what we want to do is to click on one of the assignments. You also see your exam, and also I always provide you with a PowerPoint. But anyway, once you click on the Chapter 1 exercise, one of the things that you'll notice is that you can always go back to Blackboard, okay? Your site will open a little bit differently than mine, but I'm going to go ahead and click on Preview. Yours will go directly to this. So I'm going to preview the Learn Smart. Okay, so once we're in, it says, well, then you're going to be presented with these questions. This is the practice portion. It must be done. You can practice, you can read, okay, you can recharge. So after you've completed the whole lesson, before you get ready for a test, you can go back and you can recharge. But you want to make sure that you always complete the practice at 100%. So if you look down here at the bottom, you'll see this bar that's empty, and it says I've got 47 items left to complete, which means that you can tell I haven't done any. So what the system does, it asks you some questions, and it allows you to answer those questions. You either know it, you think you know it, or you're unsure, or you have no idea. If you hit I have no idea, you're not going to get any credit for this, and it's going to ask you the question again in another way. Okay, so this is how you're going to work your way through the Learn Smart and learning the material for the book. If you continually get the questions wrong, it's going to take you to the portion of the book that you need to read so that you can go back and review and understand, and you're ready to answer the question. So let's read this first question. It says, place 4 steps of the scientific method in the correct sequence as they would be performed by scientists. So we have to figure out if we can do this. So we're going to say maybe this one first, and that one first, and then that one, and then that one. So do we know the answer? Yes, I think we know that one. Okay, so we want to submit or give up. We're going to submit. Yes, our answers are correct. So you're going to keep going. So then, okay, now look, it says now we only have 46 items left to do. It says scientists can only observe what they see with the naked eye. We're going to say true because we want to get this wrong. Okay, I know it. Sorry. So you see, and then it says okay. Now one of the things that you notice when I hit okay, it says I still got 46 items left because I did not get that correct. Okay, so this is how you're going to work your way through these problems. Okay, and is, you know, every time you get one wrong, it's either going to add a question to you in a different way until you get that question right. So that's just some generalities. Let's go back to assignments. And then this also shows you what's open, what's, so of course this is, most of these assignments are not open at this time. So I want to leave this assignment. Okay. One of the other things that we saw that was in here were the labs. So so you can have an idea of what the labs look like when they load. So I'm going to preview this since I forgot to make myself a student. But it's going to load in that same fashion. And the difference this time is that you're going to have someone coaching you, trying to give you an opportunity to help learn the information. Now, one of the things that I can say about the lab, and for whatever reasons the volume isn't working, so you're not able to hear, and I apologize for that. So hopefully before next semester I'll be able to get on a computer and use a computer that's going to allow you to hear what this woman is saying. But anyway, so she's going to introduce a little bit of the information to you. One of the things that I want to remind you about as far as the labs are concerned, labs are generally kind of made to make you learn and maybe do a little bit of research. And I can also say that this is by trial and error. There is no book that you can read. But you learn the information just by doing it and making mistakes, okay? And until you get it right. But you want to make sure you always complete your lab. If it says that a particular portion of the lab has not been assigned, don't do it. You're not even asked to do it, so don't worry about trying to do it because it hasn't been assigned. But this works a lot like Learn Smart. The only difference is you're going to be dragging and dropping things around. Okay, so she's speaking to you again. So since we can't hear it, we can read it. Scientific method is behind tremendous advances we've made in understanding the world we live in. Let's look at what's special about the scientific approach. Since we were not able to hear that, we at least can hear it. So we're going to hit continue. Okay, so then she's going to begin asking questions, same as what you saw with Learn Smart. And then at some point in time, in some of these, you're going to have to drag some materials around with your mouse in order to pour a solution or to cap a vial or whatever. But anyway, so it says, what is required of a scientific result? So if you've read your chapter and have at least a little bit of general knowledge, then that's going to help you, with these questions. But you can always just be honest and say, I have no idea. Or whatever, and remember, one of the things that it does, the system tracks what you know and what you don't know. So what you don't know, it will just continue to ask you until you get it correct. Okay. So what is required of a scientific result? It says it has to be tested using the scientific method. It has to be true. It must be proven to. Must be open to revision and a lot of new data. It must have made a university professional researcher. So you can, same as we did the last time. So you can say, I have no idea. It gives you the answers, but you don't get credit for this question because you didn't actually answer it. So then it says, look at this. It says, suggested resources. This may help you. Yes, I want to view that. So here, claims and opinions about how the physical world works comes from many sources. So we can, read this and then also do this, okay? And